Summertime's right around the corner and we're looking for high quality juices that are under 30 bucks. Yeah, I've got 10 of those. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? My name is Neeb. Welcome to my channel, Aromatics. I've got 10 fragrances that are high quality, smell at least designer level, if not some of these niche, that are very likely to get you compliments, that are fresh, and is safe for a lot of newbies. Just because it's safe to the newbies doesn't mean it won't satisfy some of you niche snobs out there. I'm a niche snob, and some of these are, replacements of those. The first fragrance on this list does a little bit of everything. Saffron balm along with the perfect pineapple and oak moss. That's exactly what you're gonna get with Ard Lux Silver. So if you've been wondering about this fragrance, wonder no more, because that's exactly what it is. Think of a lot of those other fragrances that do this similar blend, except this one's pretty affordable. This also gives me decent longevity and has got me quite a bit of compliments. I wore this to the gym and got numerous compliments when I did exactly that. I spray this one on about 8 times and I'm set for most of the day. By hour 8, I find myself needing to reapply, but for a freshie, this is freaking awesome. Ard Lux Silver. This next fragrance, it wouldn't be a high quality cheapy list without mentioning, and it is Fakhar Black from Lattafa. I really don't think that I have to say much about this fragrance. The only thing that I have to say about it, it is extremely high quality. This smells like designer level stuff because it smells exactly like YSL Y EDP. If you haven't gotten your nose on it and you like YSL Y EDP, this is exactly that. Let's move on. This next fragrance, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it does smell better than the niche version. I purchased the niche version with this fragrance at the same time. Where I purchased the niche one for $160, I purchased this one for about $25 to $30, and this is Lattafa's Maher Legacy. This is the silver one. There are a couple of other ones. There's the original and then there's the black. Make sure you get the silver one. This smells better than Parfums de Marly Sedley. Yeah, I said it. This is a bit spicier than Parfums de Marly Sedley, and it lasts a bit longer than Sedley. Sedley is known to have some longevity issues, and to be honest with you guys, even with the newer batches that they supposedly reformulated, it really doesn't last that long. This, however, does give me maybe 2 hours longer of projection and performance, and it's just all around a better fragrance. Spicier, which I think makes this one much more likely to get you some compliments. This is going to be a compliment monster. Total longevity on this fragrance, I get good 6 hours. For a lot of these freshies, if you get 6 hours plus, that's a win. Maher Legacy Silver. This one, if you don't already have it now, then you're messing up because you should already have this in your collection. This is one of the ones that are under $20 and just smells amazing. It smells very naturalistic, and it is one of the quintessential cheapy fragrances, honestly. This really sets the standard up very high for a lot of these cheapies, from the presentation to the magnetic cap, and you already know this is Ard Alzaafaran. This smells like Dole pineapple. Yes, realistic pineapple that you get in those cups. Some people do say they get a Baccarat Rouge feel to it, and I think that it wouldn't be far-fetched to get that DNA, but mostly I get a naturalistic pineapple with this. Smells delicious, all year banger, and for me, this lasts all the way up to 8 hours. So spray this on heavy and you will have no problems. Ard Alzaafaran is a must have. And this fragrance is pretty safe, but I have to warn you guys, this is a lot greener than a lot of these other fragrances. Some of these other fragrances are more fruity and spicy. This one is a lot greener. This is a clone for green Irish Tweed, and it is my favorite clone. And no, it's not Davidoff Cool Water. Get rid of that sucker, because it ain't nowhere near as close as this. Raghba for men. Be careful, there are a lot of Raghbas, but this is clearly the black bottle, and this is, in my opinion, the best version in this price point. Crushes Davidoff Cool Water. I get easily 6 to 8 hours with this fragrance, and it smells like Creed's Green Irish Tweed. So fresh, greens, forest vibes. That's it. This one doesn't get enough love, and honestly, it does deserve some love. And this is a clone of Dior Sauvage Elixir, Lattafa's Essed. Is it as close as some of the other dupes? No, it does have a bit more of a vanilla vibe, but this is a freshie that's honestly really underrated. I get 5 to 7 hours with this fragrance at best. It's not a performance monster, but it still smells really nice. This is a classy fragrance. Just like Dior Sauvage Elixir, that does get attention. It does have a little bit more vanilla, which some argue is better. Lattafa's Essed. This next one can be classified as a freshie or as a bubblegummy sweet fragrance. For me, I consider this a freshie as well. Sure, it's not as fresh as some of these other fragrances, but I felt like it should be in this list, so it's in this list. And this is Fragrance World Exchange Edition Blanc. You guys need to know about this fragrance. This is right up there with the quality of AFNAN's 9 PM. Yeah, JPG's Ultra Mall. That's what this is. It really is. And personally, I believe this quality to be right up there with 9PM, maybe just a touch bit lower. But as far as the DNA goes, I think this might be closer to Ultra Mall. 9PM is pretty damn close, but it is a bit more mature. There's heavier patchouli. This one, I feel like gets closer to the true DNA. Fragrance World Exchange Blanc Edition. And we're down to the last 3. I did not place these in any particular order, but number 1 is definitely my favorite. Legacy Silver and Ard Alzaafaran are also pretty up there, but not as up there as number 1. All right, number 3 is Salvo Intense. I really enjoy this one. I really do enjoy this one. I get 6 to 8 hours of longevity on this fragrance, and to be honest with you guys, sometimes I've even gotten 12 out of this. This is Dior Sauvage EDP, but it does have a little bit of a Middle Eastern touch, and not in a bad way. I personally enjoy this one a lot more than I do the Sauvage EDP, and I will never again wear that one over this. And that's me being honest. Salvo Intense by Maison Alhambra. Okay, Rosasi Hawass. What do I think about Rosasi Hawass? It's good and overpriced. Very overpriced. So if you're looking for something very similar, not as much of a monster, but can still achieve the same mission and still be relatively strong, then stop wasting your money on overpriced stuff and get Lattafa's Nejdia. Nejdia is essentially Invictus Aqua. Really, that's what this is. So bubblegummy sweet with an aquatic vibe. That's exactly what you're gonna get with this. And like I said in the intro, all of these really do smell like designer quality, all but the exception of maybe 1 or 2 here, but they all smell like they could be easily found at your local Macy's. The last one. This one is a dupe for a fragrance that's upwards of $200. It's another dupe of a niche fragrance, just like Legacy Silver and some of these other fragrances, really, like the Raed Luxe Silver. This is a dupe of Roja Elysium, and this is Fragrance World's Imperium. If you don't know, now you know, but I'm sure you knew. This is an awesome fresh fragrance. Please spray this at least 6 to 8 times. A lot of people are complaining. They're saying, oh, they're not getting longevity. Listen, this opens up with nice spicy citruses and then dries down into a woody vetiver type of fragrance. So you have to understand that you're not going to get a citrus all the way from the top to the dry down. And just because the citrus is gone doesn't mean the fragrance is gone. You got to look out for that vetiver note in this fragrance. And then, just then, when you notice that it just transitioned, you'll start to realize that it's actually not gone. It just transitioned. And that's a good thing for this fragrance. That means that this is pretty high quality for the price point that it's at. And that's exactly what I believe this to be. I spray this on at least 10 times and I get easily 6 to 10 hours. Yeah, this smells niche. This right here, this Fragrance World, smells niche, okay? It is also important for me to mention that as this sat, it did get stronger. A lot of these you will find that you will have that similar scenario. You'll get it, you'll spray it on. As these sit and as they mature, they definitely get better. Just like a fine wine with some oils in there, the longer the oils sit in that solution and the oil particles can disperse evenly with that introduction of the oxygen, aka atomizing it. So when you first get it, you should spray it on, just to introduce some of the oxygen so that it can mature a little bit better for you. This is 10 fragrances that I believe to be extremely high quality and surpass the $30 mark very easily. If you get any one of these to rock this summertime, or even for a beginner, a loved one, a friend, family member, or as a gift, I believe you'll be happy with any one of these selections. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did enjoy watching this video, hit that subscribe button. Check out the description down below where we have a bunch of coupon codes to a bunch of websites. And until next time, peace.